Chris Olave, how do you feel about that guy as your top target playmaker?
He's the same dude coming to work every single day that I respect so much, and then he has that playmaking ability on the field that you're just like, why don't we just throw him the ball every single play? Why is Popeyes better here than Arizona? This is the first time I've seen Cane's, Popeyes, Waffle House, like packed.
You walk into Popeyes and you look back there and you see who's cooking. Auntie, you feel me? Unc them back there. That's why it's different.
Seasoning on.
Please, you get drafted to the Saints, 40 overall, getting your name called. What was that feeling like?
Getting drafted to the Saints, I was like full focus. I had Drew Brees, the Mannings text me, Foster Moreau, all these guys like immediately, and I was like, man, this is home for sure. Tackle's a tough position in the O-line.
Yes, it is.
You lock somebody up for fucking 50 snaps and you get beat once or twice, and it's like they get a fucking NFL player of the game.
This guy understands us. It's done. I'm coming back. I'm blocking for him. I'm coming back to block for him.
Physically.
When you say come out
To the draft.
Okay.
Yeah, not gay.
No, I was messing with you. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the set with your favorite. I am your host, T-stead. I have an exclusive today. This young man has just entered into his NFL career, and he's launched off with a bang at my old stomping grounds, the New Orleans Saints. And he's already doing charity work. He's jumping on my small young channel and helping me bring this thing to light. I am welcomed by none other than the dynamic and explosive Tyler Shough.
Appreciate you, man.
What the shuck is up?
What's happening?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, man. It's good to be here. Appreciate the opportunity. It's not a small set. We it's up and coming, man. I've been seeing you guys all over, you and Nick, and you guys are doing big things.
Okay, I like this guy already for sure. So at the ripe age of 26 years old,
very ripe,
you were the only player in this draft that was born in the 1990s.
The last one ever.
The last player ever to be drafted.
Last one.
In the 1990s.
Oh, geez. I think we just do it right, you know. I mean, we just...
90s baby.
I think they knew. Yeah, 90s baby. September 99, was drafted at 25, turned 26. I don't know, people are calling me like 28 or 37 like Kirk Cousins.
Damn, listen.
I'm like, dude.
How's your knees?
What the heck? Good, man.
Sure.
That's what the only reason I was in college for so long is because I had the bones. I had the broken bones, but all the joints are loosey goosey.
We're gonna talk about all that for sure. You have some firsts already as far as being a New Orleans Saint. You have the first since Drew Brees. Like, you're the first since Drew Brees to do a lot of shit already in completion percentage. You led the NFL in third down completion percentage. Wins, first since Drew Brees to have a 4-game win streak. When you hear your name mentioned with Drew Brees in any capacity, how does that make you feel?
Honored. I mean, it's kind of mind-blowing because of me growing up watching everything that he was to the city and who he was as a player. And it also is kind of motivating because I'm like, man, 4-game win streak, like, why not 10 or something? Like, why not? Like, that's why not more? I kind of like a lot of the records that were broken, Archie Manning and all these things. It's like such a cool thing because I've gotten to know those people and who they are off the field and what an honor it is. But it also kind of motivates me because I'm like, man, we have so much more to go. It's like, I feel like we're just kind of growing that way.
Yeah.
And I feel like we haven't even scratched the surface as far as a team. And at least for me, as a player, I feel like each week I kind of got better and better and still haven't really done anything.
I like it, bro. I like it. Do you have any relationship with Drew? You guys talk quite often?
Yeah, he was really big for me. Kind of midway point through the season, I got to meet him a couple times at training camp. I hadn't really chopped it up with him though, just kind of shaking hands and saying what's up. But we talked and sat down for about an hour or so just over the phone and talked about his process. Talked about, I really reached out to him, just because I wanted to pick his brain on, everyone is like, well, he was here, 15 hours a day. He was here, Drew, like this legend of Drew Brees. And we talked about the routine, but I wanted to know what his mindset was coming from San Diego to here.
Yeah.
What was his mindset as a younger player at San Diego? Because that's kind of where the stage at in my life is. And he didn't really take over for the Saints until he was 27 or 28 after he'd kind of been through all he had been through. And I kind of, for me, paralleled that to my college journey. And how do you kind of go about earning everybody respect? How do you get people in the building on the off day? And he was such a valuable asset for me just because he's the same people are in the building and he understands what goes on behind it. So, he was a huge asset, and hopefully continually. I know we're going to make a trip out to San Diego, all the receivers, hopefully soon.
Oh, wow. That's his thing. That was his yearly off-season operation.
Yeah.
So you putting that together?
Yeah, we're going to be putting that together. I think hopefully get him involved in it as well. I think it'll be really fun. Obviously you got CO down there as well already, yeah. So you can't go wrong. But still in the works.
He can't throw anymore with his right arm, so
that's what I heard.
He's pretty nasty with the left though.
Just
like pretty accurate.
Just rocking with it. That's because he was telling me every single Monday they'd play QB golf and they do all these things. Like he was throwing nonstop. I'm like, dude,
yeah,
I can't believe how much he threw off that shoulder. But I mean, it worked. It helped me out a lot. Just kind of that process to keeping your body active, keeping your body going, especially through the flow of the season.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad mentor, bro. That's not a bad person to pick his brain, to mirror your career after. Drew is a legend. To me, he's the greatest of all time. Didn't always have a top 5 defense like some others. No shot at nobody. Take it how you want, but yeah. Drew is the GOAT. Who's some other quarterbacks that you grew up watching that made you want to play the position?
For me, the two guys were Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford. Gotcha. My dad growing up was from Michigan. I was a kind of a Michigan fan and then a Tom Brady fan more than I was really a Patriots fan. But obviously his journey throughout the draft, and kind of what really my experience through college, just kind of overcoming a lot of those doubters, kind of fighting to believe in yourself, going through that journey. And then also Stafford, having my first start be against the Rams, watching him play, I mean, really getting our ass kicked. And watching him surgically just control the ball, move it down the field, being able to talk to him after the game, it was such a cool moment because for him, just his toughness, his longevity, the different arm angles, those things like that. I'm a really big fan of, and
I can see it too. Now that you say that, I can see it. Yeah. Do you feel like Stafford is the quarterback that is your comparable?
I would say it's more closer to Josh Allen, or kind of a mix between.
So when I said that, I'm not tripping. I'm not far off saying it, because that is, to me, you're comparable.
I think for Josh is elite. Probably, I mean, a lot better than me at, he's 10, 15, 20 more pounds heavier than me. Just running the football wise, he's such a force physically that way, and he's got a Hauser of an arm. So I mean, that's who I want to be like. That's who I look up to and like watching film of. But I think just my ability to kind of extend plays. Use my legs when I can, but I also, I love watching Stafford because of the things that he's able to create with his arm and still stand in there, keep the ball moving forward. And he's just the kind of the pinnacle of that greatness as far as longevity. And he was drafted by Scott Linehan, our senior analyst here. So all the same guys are in the building when he was there, and also in Dallas with Romo and Dak. And I kind of think that's those guys are who I really look up to.
No, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense for sure. You had before I go to college, you said that you were a Tom Brady fan, not necessarily a Patriots fan. Who was your team?
Growing up?
Yeah.
The Cardinals, just being from Arizona.
Okay.
Larry Fitz and Kurt Warner.
That's safe. That's a safe answer.
Cardinals for sure. I was there when they lost to the Steelers. It was awful.
Historic Super Bowl. That was a great game.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. So I grew up Cardinals fan. I remember meeting Larry Fitzgerald in like a sports authority back in the day. And I mean, he's just the best. I mean, dude had more tackles than he did drops.
For sure.
And but yeah, so I didn't really, that was my team. And then from afar was Tom, and then obviously Drew, just because of like everything that he did. And then now that being able to be closer to it, the impact on the city, the consistency, that really kind of shines through, being able to kind of get to know him.
You're from Chandler, Arizona. Went to Hamilton High School. You ever stop by and check out the statue of Cam Jordan when you're in Chandler?
Oh yeah. It's the statue's still long and living over there.
Does Cam have a statue for real?
He does not. He definitely don't.
Right.
He's just got probably an old black and white plaque up in the walls up there or something. He's got.
No, for real.
He's got. He's definitely got some shrineage up there for sure. I mean, he was a legend. I remember him and Terrell Suggs.
Sizzle.
He was the OG from Hamilton. Actually a running back growing up, but
no way, was he?
And he was I think he's still the state leader for rushing yards at Hamilton.
not
And
know
then went to
that.
Arizona.
That's scary.
Went to Arizona State, and then transitioned to DM. But Cam's a legend just because of. I mean, he was just texting me the other day about. We just watched the movie, and he was asking me how the movie was after his podcast. Like, he was just checking in on me, who he is as a dude. You know, I mean, it's been awesome, kind of looking from afar, and then now becoming friends with him. It's kind of an unreal world. And then playing blackjack with him the other day.
Yeah.
You're just like, what is going on right now? Like, we just hit blackjack, and we're having a drink together, and we're hanging out. And it's pretty cool.
That's dope. Look at you lighting up with your teammates.
I know, man.
Cam is a Hall of Fame human.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my closest friends. That's my brother. From being in the league and pass on and off the field, he's a Hall of Fame human.
Mm-hmm.
As a player, as a person, he really is. Would you fund or help fund a Cam Jordan statue in Chandler, Arizona?
For sure. I mean, he's due, especially. I mean, he's got the day here in New Orleans.
He do have that's fucking crazy.
He's got a day.
Chugging crazy.
It is. It's going back to Chandler. Hopefully, probably in 5 years, whenever he retires or something like that, he'll
retire from where in 5 years?
The NFL. It sounds like it. He said,
No,
I gave him some new
5?
life. He's talking about, I'm coming back again. We got to get it done. We got to win the Super Bowl. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. And I mean, he hasn't missed a game in 15 years.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I mean, it's not like he's like, oh man, he's been injured. He's fallen off.
Yeah.
Like, he's just had 10.5 sacks. Like, I don't know. I mean,
5 more though is insane.
I might be exaggerating a little bit, but we can get him a statue. I'd help fund a statue for sure on Arizona Avenue.
That'll be dope. I'm sure Cam would like to. Cam, I got 5 on it too.
Yeah,
I'll put in on the statue. Pay for like a fingernail or something. I got you.
I'll do a dreadlock or something. He can fund the rest.
Yeah, he's got plenty.
He's good for it.
He's quite the businessman too. Shough, let's go to your college career. Your professional college career.
That's right.
You were there for quite a while. So you start off at Oregon, 2018. 2018-19, you're behind Justin Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like? How was being under Justin Herbert? Did you see his greatness in college?
Yeah. It was the best thing for me because of everyone comes into the college, high school, if you're highly recruited or not, but you think you know what it looks like. You think maybe you're good, and him being 6'6", 240, 245, how smart he was, his preparation, his ability to throw the ball anywhere on the field. And I was like 185 pounds. I didn't know, I couldn't rub 2 coins together when it came from quarterbacking, and I had a decent arm, but he was such a great dude to learn from that aspect. Different personalities, different ways to navigate kind of the team, the quarterback room, but just an unbelievable dude to kind of see what that first round 6 overall pick looked like.
Yeah. And
I kind of got to measure that. Because I remember sitting behind him, like, I don't know if I can make that throw. Being 18 years old, I'm like, oh shoot, that was nice. Till now, going to Tech and going to Louisville, and you're like, all right, that's what it looks like. I'm there.
You can make all.
Yeah, I can whatever it takes extending. So it was great being able to learn from him, and then obviously when he left, competing for the job at Oregon, then COVID hit, and the whole story in itself. But just unbelievable learning.
You guys have a relationship, still talk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So you take over in 2020 at Oregon. You lead Oregon, the Ducks, to a Pac-12 championship game. You go to Texas Tech. A lot of adversity, broken collarbone, fibula. What was that time like at Tech, dealing with those injuries, dealing with adversity?
I mean, it really made me who I was because, I mean, you kind of look back and think maybe I was ready to come out at that time playing in this offense, or maybe mentally you're ready or physically.
When you say come out to
the draft.
Okay.
Yeah, not gay. Or
no, I was just playing, bro. I
ain't got the.
I'm messing with you, bro.
It was great. It sucked overall. It really sucked because of you have these expectations, and it literally taught me to just be where your feet are and really kind of enjoy the process of what you're going through, whatever that may be, and kind of take it day by day. Because if you think about a big picture of like, I want to get to this step and this step, then it kind of clouds your brain and you don't really get to appreciate where you're at. And I had the broken collarbone in 2021. We started off 4-0, broke it, diving in the end zone, and coaching staff got fired 2 or 3 weeks later. Ended up staying there and competing for the job the next year. Won the job with a couple really good quarterbacks on that roster. Ended up starting elsewhere and at Tech. And first quarter, 2 dudes jumped on my back, and I broke the same collarbone. Tried to play the rest of the drive on it. I did. I knew what I did. I broke it, and it was rough. So I just remember crying on the field, was throwing in cuts. Like, it was awful, and I was really down. And then kind of came back that same year and finished the rest of the year undefeated. Was feeling great. Won Texas Bowl MVP. Was on the mountaintop, and then going into that next year, this was supposed to be kind of like the last hurrah. We got everybody coming back, and we lose to Wyoming, Oregon in 2 crazy ways. The next game, I'm getting booed off the field after we're up, 30 points to an FCS opponent, and now you're just in the dumps again. You're like the ride in the roller coaster, and then the next game I get hip dropped and break my fibula into pieces, and everybody was just kind of like, man, you're done. You might as well go out to the NFL and probably hold the clipboard, get undrafted, and it was about 50-50 split, and I kind of knew my chances were slim, but it really kind of lit a fire under my ass. I'm like, screw everybody. Like, I know if I play, I have the opportunity to play, I'm going to make the most of it. And obviously I explained kind of that whole journey to the Louisville coaches and understood it was just kind of bone breaks and unfortunate timing, and they believed in me and kind of gave me a shot, and the rest is history.
Where does that confidence come from you? Like, where to give you that, I know that if I'm able to just get the opportunity on my feet, I can execute. I can lead the team. Where does that come from?
I mean, there's a bunch of cliche sayings around it, but it comes through time. You don't have the confidence or you don't have that experience to just trust it if you haven't had lacks of confidence, if you hadn't been through adversity. A lot of quarterbacks coming out at the time or in every year, think that, I've been a backup. I've been through so much. Dude, that's like part of the job. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And what I went through, there's been harder things for other people. So it's kind of like understanding your situation and just learning from that. And for me, it was just because I had lacks of confidence coming out of Oregon at Tech, because I had been through adversity, because I'd had to rehab 3 years straight, because I had people not on any draft boards. I just didn't care what other people thought of me anymore, because I knew I was happy to go out there and have some drinks and food with my O-line every single week, and I was happy to go out there and throw routes. Game day, this is fun. You know what I mean? So that I kind of keeping that perspective throughout that whole process in New Orleans, where you come in, a lot of anticipation, and there's still learning and growth moments. There's still things that you have to keep getting, but continue to get better at it. And that's kind of will be the story the rest of my career.
I love it, man. I love the mindset. You going through that adversity, but having the grit and perseverance to fight back to back injuries like that, breaking a collarbone back to back, and then breaking your fibula. Like, I'm sure you hit rock bottom
for sure,
to a point to where you didn't know if you ever played a game again.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like I said, if I knew if I could play, I was going to make the most of it. But I didn't know. There was times where I don't know if I can walk or run again.
Damn.
I don't know and that was just, my wife helping me out through that time, my dog, my family, my coaches, the trainers. I mean, that was my goal, and they helped me kind of just hold that standard, which is be the same dude every single day.
That's fire.
It kind of turned into, I mean, as you know, football ends sometimes sooner or later, rather than what you don't know, really. That's kind of the main thing. Yeah. So the biggest thing I learned was people remember how you made them feel, and they remember the kind of teammate that you were, and all the good stuff can happen, after that.
That's dope, bro. That's dope. I love it. I love the mindset. So you pick up the pieces, literally. You put your bones back together. You go to Louisville. You entering this Louisville season as an undrafted guy, injury riddled, all those things. Yeah. You go and you have your final season there, and you get drafted to the Saints, 40 overall. What was that feeling like? Getting your name called early second round to the New Orleans Saints.
speechless. Really, it was surreal because of the culmination of everything.
Yeah.
It wasn't a shock because I knew kind of everything that went into that process, and going through the draft process, seeing the guys kind of around me that had come before me, and I knew just kind of sticking to that mentally. But it was unbelievable. Kind of when I found out it was the Saints, because of I didn't think it was going to be. They had Derek Carr, they had drafted Spencer and Jake, they had all these other factors. Really all my coaches were the Saints at the Senior Bowl, so kind of looking back, it was like, oh, this makes sense.
They was plotting on you.
Yeah, but that was my favorite spot because of Kellen and Nuss and all the quarterbacks in the building and the kind of the future that was building here. And I know the Browns were on the clock, 2 picks prior, and I was like, man, I'm
going to Cleveland.
Yeah, I was like, oof, this might be interesting, because I had a great relationship and visit all the teams that need quarterbacks, the Giants, and but I was happy for sure when I got picked here. I was happy I didn't get to go up to Cleveland, because I was like, man, this was the spot to be in.
No, you're right. Cleveland is not the spot to be.
Yeah.
Since you brought it up,
yeah,
there was a lot of discussion surrounding your draft, particularly the quarterback position. It's a guy named Shedeur Sanders, and he was a big reason for it. A lot of discussion. What was your thoughts and your feel around Shedeur's situation, seeing that you see Cleveland as a spot that could potentially be for you? They ended up taking him in the 5th round. What was your thoughts around his situation?
I mean, for me, it was just a lot of unknown. Once I got drafted, I kind of just blacked out and was happy to be there. So it was surprising overall, because of, you know how pre-draft mocks go.
Yeah, the process for sure.
But the thing I kind of knew, and I didn't put any stock into all the pre-draft stuff, because during this time last year, I wasn't on anybody's draft boards. I probably was the 20th quarterback.
I got you.
And then you turn on the tape and you get to talk to me, and we get on the board, and I think throughout that process, being in those draft meetings with all those guys, you kind of understand that there's differences between everybody. But for me, it's still try and true. It doesn't matter where you get drafted or when you get drafted, as long as you get an opportunity. I think Shedeur has done a great job making the most of it.
For sure.
So I think he's had a great mindset, and I think that was probably the best thing, was to kind of go into it and kind of go work for it, and I think it was obviously with Dylan Gabriel too. I think it was interesting, him getting drafted there. It was obviously there was a lot of questions drafting 2 quarterbacks, but I think they kind of had a plan. And but yeah, I think for me, like I said, getting drafted to the Saints, I was like full focus. I had Drew Brees, the Mannings text me, Foster Moreau, all these guys, like immediately, and I was like, man, this is home for sure.
That's fire.
Yeah,
that's fire. So you come down to New Orleans. You go through mini camp and training camp and all those things. You're not named the day 1 starter. Spencer Rattler's a starter. What was that process like for you, sitting behind Spence, just, helping out and watching the operation?
Yeah. It was paramount for me because I didn't know what an NFL practice or game, the flow of a game looked like from a quarterback perspective, of just managing that. And I think the coaches were really intentional with my process around that. And I think day 1, I'm always, I want to play no matter what. I feel like I'm going to get it done regardless. But there was so much that I learned throughout that process, where it's like you look back and you're like, who knows,
Do you think you were ready day 1?
To where I was week 8 or 9, no.
Got you.
For sure not.
Got you.
Would I have gone in there and competed? Yeah.
For sure.
But it's hard to know. I think everything happened for a reason. We're sitting here right now because I didn't. And I think what I learned throughout camp, what I learned playing against the defense on scout team, what I learned, watching Spencer have success, watching Spencer go through some learning lessons, watching his preparation, keeping my preparation the same, and it was great because of I got the opportunity to do that and I think that was the biggest thing learning from the coaches was, if you have the opportunity to and you don't need to start right away, then there's no reason.
Yeah.
Because the NFL is such a volatile business.
I like Spencer, bro. I like Spencer Rattler. I think he'll get a chance
for sure
to
he should
start.
He should. He's a great dude. He's a great player. He can spin it. He's athletic. like I said, it's just there's a lot that goes into it. You
For
know,
sure.
Everybody in the league, I think, everybody can spin it. Everybody can do it. It's kind of circumstantial. It's about having the right mindset.
Fit, opportunity, scheme,
Mm-hmm.
belief,
For sure.
yeah, weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we've seen you go out there with some names that, you know, not many people know outside your room, outside the building, and go out and execute. That speaks a lot about you and what you bring to a football team. Let's talk about Kellen Moore. You said he was a big reason why you were excited to hear your name get called to the New Orleans Saints. What about Kellen made you excited?
He's the smartest dude in the room, but acts like he's not. He's probably one of the most humble guys being around him. He's super analytical, and he obviously played the position at a high level when he himself wasn't as talented as a guy like Matthew Stafford. Didn't have the measurables, but he found a way to get it done. He found a way to stick around the league and become an offensive coordinator at an early age.
Mm-hmm.
And he's called it with Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, 3 completely different quarterbacks, and found a way to win a Super Bowl, found a way to have success with each of them. So like that was really interesting for me. I'm like, how did that work?
Dang, you know, that's a great point.
How did he do that? And I think the really exciting part for fans is this is the first year Kellen's going to be able to actually sit down and have an off season where he's not moving cities, where he has the same quarterback, where he can kind of tailor the offense to what the front office is and the coach's vision is going to be. What are we trying to build? What is our run game going to look like, schematically wise? What do we want to do pass game wise with our receivers? So whenever you kind of go to a new spot, you already have the pieces there, and you're just kind of asked to mold it around the quarterback, the players. So I think he can have his own vision that way.
Damn, that just got me excited, for sure. Just thinking about that, that's a great point too. Him being able to just sit still and do homework and really go through the process. That's very valuable.
Just a self-evaluation standpoint. Not that he needed to evaluate anything, but just all of us. Like, that's why I feel like I got better every single week, because I had a plan and an intention to do that. And
that's fire. When
you're playing the game, like, I try not to make the same mistake twice, because especially if it's critical. Like, I'm still sick after the Falcons game, after some plays where I could have thrown it away or stepped up and moved. And it's like, I'm doing that, but how can you consistently do that, and how can you shore that up? And for Kellen, how can I
this guy,
put our players in the right position? But that's the type of dude he is, though. Some guys are just kind of like, no, this is my offense, and you guys will fucking run whatever I call. And he's not that way. He's open to everybody.
It's interesting. You just made that note, because I was talking to Nick Underhill before we started today, and he was talking about how we see something from you one week. Shough he needs to get better stepping up in this moment. And then the next week we see it. And you just talked about that process and how Kellen helps accelerate that process. That's fire.
Yeah, I mean, I remember in my pre-draft meeting, I know he's kind of like quirky and everybody kind of talks to him, but he uses this word growth opportunity. And I think where a lot of people looked at me and my age and coming out of the draft, I had the least amount of starts of all the quarterbacks. You know, I had the oldest age, but I had the least amount of starts. I hadn't played a lot of football.
Still got the oldest age.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But what did that mean, though? I had seen a lot of other stuff, and I still had so much to learn, likewise. But for me, he used the word growth opportunity, where a lot of other people would see there's not, the ceiling's low. Or I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, Matthew Stafford's playing, he's 37 right now. You think he hasn't gotten better from when he was 25? For sure. And no Tom question. Brady and everybody, quite frankly, unless I understand the some positional narratives about, like, age and running back or receiver and the explosiveness. But that's why I love Kellen, because I think he understands that it's a continual growth opportunity, and it's not like you make a mistake, you can fix it. You can kind of keep getting better at it, and it evolves. So that's kind of what my whole mindset is.
More than any other position, though, to your point, growth opportunity. Like at quarterback, you have to have to continue to grow, continue to evolve. Defenses are evolving, coverages, disguises. The defenders, we got DNs now that look like, you know what I mean, like
aliens.
So you have to continue to evolve. We just seen Phillip Rivers at 96 years old come and play and look the part too, like, make it happen. So
And that's
at
where
that
that
position.
mental component is obviously important, because you can have somebody like that who's been coaching for 5 years and come in and
That's crazy.
dial it up, and that's where that mental growth comes in. But now there's obviously the physical aspect where you have like a Lamar, Josh Allen, and
Yeah.
Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels, guys that can extend plays, make something out of nothing. But often, really, the game is won. And if you watch like Patrick Mahomes, the game is won because he's boom, boom, dink, dink,
Get the ball to
and
your
then
playmaker.
boom, and then okay, somebody comes free, and it's like, oh, Sports Center, this is all he does. And it's like, oh, he's smart, he's great, he's got good, body mechanics, and then he makes a great play. And I think that's kind of what it's trending towards. Like you said, you got guys looking like you, coming up like just 6'8", 300 pounds, 4'2".
I used to lock shit up.
That's what I'm saying.
I
And
used to lock.
that's why we need guys like you out there. And we got, speaking of, shout out Kelvin and Tolly.
That was my next question. We're going to talk about guys like me and potentially better.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Ramczyk, we were the tackle tandem for a long time. Me and Zach Strief at first, and then me and Ryan Ramczyk. You got two guys, KB, Kelvin Banks Jr., and Talise Fuaga.
Mm-hmm.
What can you say about these two?
I'll start with off the field, because that's probably, I play the position, so it's hard not to love them on the field. But these are probably the most elite level human beings I've ever been around.
Wow.
Kelvin he's 21, 22, and he's 40. Like, he's just an old soul. He'll mess up. I don't care. How can I fix this? He's so level-headed, and that's such a hard thing to find. I feel like, especially with young guys, when you're dealing with NIL, when you're dealing with a lot of success early on.
Yeah.
And who he is, I think his understanding and willingness to get better, and then he's a freak on the field.
Freak.
He can be put in bad positions in recovery. He can lock dudes up any type of size, and his run game, his communication, I think that's something that fans don't even necessarily get to see. But his brain, like, he's one of our best communicators on the O-line.
Wow.
At left tackle.
Yeah.
Communicating to receivers. And then, Tolly, he's like freaking, what's the dude from Moana? He's like
Maui,
dude. He's like a real life god. He's like Maui. He lives.
Yeah.
He can shape shift in different formations. Like, he can go crazy. He's such a raw dude physically, and that's like same thing with him off the field. His mindset, he's like, whatever I need to do. Like, he went from left to right and has had success at both. And you know how hard that can be.
For sure.
Back-to-back years going against some of these guys. So I think they got bright futures, and I think they're obviously going to be here for a long time. And I think that's the best thing about them is they, Tolly, Kellen, they both have that burning passion to kind of keep going.
I can't wait to see them this year. This off season for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'll spend some time with those guys personally, but I can't wait to see them on the field next year.
Mm-hmm.
The growth, the steps they're going to take, the experience that they just got from this past season, knowing who their quarterback is now and where you will be in the pocket and the place you'll like to escape the pocket and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see that.
No doubt. And I got to do a better job of helping those guys out. I hoed Tolly 2 times last game where it's not really on him. Yeah, he's balling, and all those guys are. And a lot of the sacks, they're not on them. I can find ways to continue to get better. And like you said, I think they're gonna be really good. And I think having those bits and pieces, getting guys like Eric and C's and having those veteran presidents as well, it'll be good.
That's dope, man. Your accountability is top tier. You're taking credit for all things, all the negative things, which is you don't have to, but
well, I touch the ball every play, and that's why I love playing it. I love playing the position, and tackle's a tough position in the O-line.
Yes, it is.
You lock somebody up for fucking 50 snaps, and you get beat once or twice, and it's like they get a fucking NFL player of the game or whatever, and it's like,
no,
I locked you up 50 times.
Facts.
And that's a tough position. That's why you have to be so strong mentally.
This guy understands us.
And then for me, I fucking roll out and I don't throw the ball away and take a 2-yard loss. Like, what am I doing? Just stuff like that where you're like, that's on me. But there's other plays where you go make plays, but stuff doesn't need to be said. It's part of the job, and that's why you love those guys. So,
hey, listen, this guy, it's done. I'm coming back. I'm blocking for him. I'm
You know,
coming back
good.
to block for him.
Was it turn up?
I got 2 snaps.
How old are you?
34.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I'm not.
You're straight.
I'm washed.
How old is Trent Williams?
Trent like 38. It's healthy. I had an injury. Like you had your injuries at Tech. That's like
Just put some metal in you, get a ketamine shot, and you'll be straight or something. Just
I think I need a little bit more
Start
work than
locking.
that, bro.
we're sitting here at Vandal actually. And
Yeah.
Just
Shout out
put
Vandal.
put a little something in there, and you just get juiced up for the game.
I don't think anything here at Vandal.
You're gonna need some stuff from
Yeah.
Oshner.
I need Elon Musk
Yeah.
to make a knee for me.
Why not? You got all the money, man. You can
I don't. I did all right.
you can do it.
Nothing compared to what we not even gonna fast forward to.
Yeah. No.
Quarterback money is different.
For sure. I
Different.
think. Yeah.
Like buy Vandal.
That's like the coolest part, especially with college nowadays. Like my whole goal is to just be good enough in the NFL to coach someday and then get fired. Just make like $100 million. It should be like, you know what, I'm done. Then they just fire your ass.
That's funny.
And then you just like, I
That's
ain't got to
funny.
do this anymore because teams are paying out coaches for.
to get rid of.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, for real. Chris Olave,
Mm.
he has a situation coming up financially.
Indeed.
How do you feel about that guy as your top target playmaker? I'm sure you'll love to see him around. What's your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, getting to know him now and obviously understanding everything that he's been through to this point, you wouldn't have known. Like he's the same dude coming to work every single day that I respect so much, and then he has that playmaking ability on the field that you're just like, why don't we just throw him the ball every single play? I mean, he's open,
Yeah.
you know, and his ability to get open on every single route from the slot, from the outside, he's just a playmaker. So I think the best part is like I had no chemistry with him to start because I wasn't really getting any reps,
Yeah.
and kind of coming into it and then just being thrown into the fire and kind of just trying to dial it up, and then you start to hit that stride. You start to understand his body language, what he kind of likes,
I got you.
and then you start to you see that production later on.
I got you. Who's a guy, a weapon that you're excited about, that you see his talent, you see his playmaking ability,
Mm-hmm.
but the masses don't necessarily, we haven't paid much attention to him. Who would you want to bring that attention to?
Yeah. That's tough because, you know, there's so many guys you don't know who necessarily, you know, we might add or leave, but at least for sure that I know that we're going to ride with. I think the growth and expansion of Devon Vele and Jalen Polk as well. I think those guys have kind of been under the radar.
Yeah.
Vele obviously kind of as of late with his production and his catching ability. But Jay Polk,
Yeah.
I mean, I see him watching film by himself when I'm in there, and he don't need to be there. He's not even playing right now. He's on IR. He's grinding. He's working every single day. I'm actually going fishing with him and John Lafitte on Monday. A couple of staff members shit like that. Where you're like he wants to be here. Same with Vele. He's like, I mean, one of the greatest dudes. That's why I feel like people don't understand like Mickey in the front office, like their vision, I feel like is kind of culminating. All these guys are not only like elite level players, but they're the right dudes in the building that like want to contribute,
Super important.
want to be there, and I feel like that's so vital because you want to be around each other. You want to have success together.
That's extremely important. And Mickey does not take that lightly.
No,
The right guys.
yeah,
Not just the sexiest names or the most notable, but Mickey is for sure. And that was a Sean Payton thing too.
Mhm.
The right 53. They talked about that all the time.
mm-hmm.
You guys feel like you're building the right culture here?
I do. I think you've seen it with our draft class, with everybody that's kind of contributed this year.
Yeah.
Devin, Quincy, Danny, you know, Vernon for that first game and his future. Obviously Kelvin, and you got Mo and Fidel and all these guys, and Jonas. I mean, speaking of like
Sanker.
all these guys that are balling from a early age, and then you factor in, you know, everybody that's still on the roster, who we can get, and yeah, I think it's exciting because of, like you said, you're getting the right guys in here who also have the talent.
Yeah.
And who knows?
You're from AZ, moved around quite a bit though. Oregon, Tech, Louisville. What's it like being in New Orleans? How's the city been treating you?
So far, so good, man. I think you kind of come right into it, and you don't really I mean, I've been able to go out on these O-line dinners and go try new spots, but
Yeah.
I haven't been really to kind of experience everything yet. And obviously, you're at the facility most of the days. But I'm excited to kind of just be here when it's not hot as hell, coming in when
You
it's
get
not.
about a month or two.
Yeah, I was gonna say right now it's kind of nice. But it's good. It kind of reminds me of Louisville a little bit. You know, it's about 1 million people. I feel like it's got some cool, little sections. You got your parishes, different kind of vibes.
Stay out a few of those wars now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't been down there too yet, but I know like you got your different areas that if you want to go do something, you can. There's anything you can do from a food perspective, entertainment.
Yep.
But most of all, I feel like everybody's really nice. So
This is a city I can share. You love this city, it'll love you back 10 times. You pour your heart out to the city, not from your words, but your play. Like they feel the energy that you want to win for them. You want to represent them. Because the Saints mean more to this city than 99% of teams elsewhere.
Yeah, you can feel that. You can feel, like you said, that's a good point. Just like how your play style.
Yeah.
And, I think one thing, like I don't ever want to be a dude that's using my words or coming off fake whenever you're around the community. Like I want people to understand how I play and then showing up for things. Like that's what means the most. Like, and I've kind of seen that from Double D and Cam and all those guys who have kind of been there. So that was great for me to kind of see from an early age where you kind of just have other situations and other teams where you're kind of forced to do these things around the community and there's not really like a market for that. But I feel like here it's everybody's genuine.
For sure. They're going to tell you how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
Very vocal, online and in person. So Walmart or anything or any place you go, you get ready to be coached up.
That's why I seen our guy over here. He got a just random T-shirt at like Rouse's or something like that, or Home Depot. They're just passing out just random Shough shirts, random Saint shirts just for free. I'm like, man, I gotta get one or something.
Shout out Blue Oak Barbecue.
Yeah, there you go.
Go check that out, please, people, please. So with Kellen Moore and entering the second year together, early your first few starts, I felt like as I'm watching film, he had some training wheels on you, some restrictions on play calling. The last 4 or 5 games, I feel like he gave you the keys. Do you feel the same way? Like it was some more safer play calls, and then as the trust level and confidence, he opened up the playbook more? Or am I tripping?
No, I don't think you're tripping, but
I know I'm not tripping.
I don't know if it's opening up the playbook is the right term. I think obviously when you're coming in, starting from an earlier age, and even with Spencer starting and me starting earlier, like it's obviously not the same as year 3 with Dak Prescott or year 2 or 3, whatever that looks like. There's levels to the growth and to maybe understanding of the offense. So yeah, and I think you're coming in and you're playing 2 really good teams right away.
Yeah.
That understand that. So I don't. It hadn't looked drastically different, but I think it's just kind of been me understanding what we're trying to do on this play call. And yeah, there was a little bit more quick stuff here and there to start, just kind of more vanilla to kind of clean up the reads. But I think that's kind of for me just having that growth, earning some more of that trust to handle the protections, the run game, different pass checks, stuff like that, to where, I mean, defenses are so good nowadays, you're not going to always know, but if you can attack it in the best way that you can, that's the world that you kind of want to live in.
I love watching you operate quick game. I think it was a stretch against Tampa, probably 13-play drive, and you probably hit 7 different receivers. That shows me process. That shows me like you doing the work pre-snap.
Mm-hmm.
I love to watch you operate quick game, because we have seen in your early career you do the extended plays and make plays down the field. So I love to see that, just personally as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
What's your relationship like, and what this guy brings to the offense with AK, Alvin Kamara? You haven't had much time with him. Did you have any games with him while you were starting?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I can't remember the exact number. It's probably like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a bunch.
Not much.
Seeing obviously him from afar, like growing up, but seeing him close up, just his one cut explosivity, his smarts, who he is as a person throughout the off, like he's just elite that way. Like there's some of that stuff like we were talking about, like you just can't really teach.
Yeah.
Like there's different. So I mean, he's just elite that way. So I'm excited to kind of be able to have a full offseason and kind of work with him and understand, what he likes. And I think same thing with the coaching staff and kind of, building that more and utilizing him in the pass game and all those things.
Sure.
Where I feel like we could have done a better job of doing that for him, because that's kind of, I mean, half of his game and what he's really elite at.
Big part of his career.
So I think for him, I think he's really due for a big one, because he's still got all the talent. It's all the same, and he's just got now that mental experience, and it was probably the first year in his career you having a new offense, and and I mean a lot of people don't realize that, and you're trying to, how do you tailor it around a Lamborghini? You got to sometimes you just gotta let it go, and but I think for the coaches and for him, like it was able to do for me, kind of understand that I think there's going to be kind of that meshing this offseason where you can kind of see him take off.
I like it. I won't keep you much longer. Probably got one or two more for you, Tyler. Is there any, and I'm sure of your answer, but is there any concern of a sophomore slump? We've seen it with quarterbacks that have had success as a rookie. Second year, not as decorated, having some challenges, whatever goes into that. Is it any concern of a sophomore slump?
Well, I've only played 8 games. So no, I mean, I think for me, it goes back to my process, and it goes back to the preparation. And I think it's just I'm gonna keep growing. We're gonna get more reps at it. I mean, yeah, it's not gonna be perfect, but I don't know. I think you could ever go into a season, ever into a year where you're concerned about any narrative from that aspect. I mean, you look at like Bo Nix right now, who's
number 1 seed.
Yeah, like this is his sophomore year. You look at other guys that have been playing well in year 2, 3, or 4. I mean, it's all kind of, it changes, and I think depending on what offense you're in, the circumstance, the guys you have around you, there's a lot of factors, and I think we have those key pieces that we can kind of continue to add. And but for me, no, I'm excited to kind of keep going.
Yeah, that was more of a fan question, and you see it on X. They talk about sophomore slumps or Madden curses, kind of built-in narratives. You know what I mean? But one thing that I'm learning from you and I'm gaining from you, your mindset and your approach to all of it. You're not worried about anything because you've been through. You've been through adversity. You've been through hard times. You've been doubted before. You've been told what you can't do. So the chip that you have on your shoulder is visible. Like I can actually see your motivation and your drive.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people weren't happy when I was drafted here. I didn't really care because I knew if you start playing, then that may change. If I play bad, that may change. If I play good, like it's a slippery slope regardless, Like like I said before, I freaking love practicing. I love going out there throwing pat and go. I love going to go eat with the guys. I love contributing to the community. I love doing it. Like we're gonna win games and we're gonna hopefully win Super Bowls, and that's part of it. But like you can't get tied up into people's opinions or all that stuff because it's so it's so dysfunctional that
they won't stop. They won't stop. Like
and that's not like a knock on fans or people. It's just part of it. You know what I mean? So it's I think that's part of you have to fall in love with the other side of the game. And for me, I was able to do that. Like I love going and destroying my body in the weight room, throwing shit around, doing smelling salts, shit like that. Or I'm like, let's get after it. And then you get to reap the rewards on game day. All those things where you can't get tied up into it. And I think that's why you yourself have had success, and now as a media personality, all these things, you have to kind of stir those conversations. But, behind the scenes, you understand. You kind of have to go into it with that steady mentality.
Gotcha, for sure. Circling back, right, really quick. You were like at the start of the NIL world of college. And I'm sure you made a nice amount of money from the different universities.
Nah.
Not much?
I mean, not like they are now. Holy shit.
They getting paid.
Yeah. That's insane. They're making like, backup money, $5-6 million.
Damn.
I mean, some of his quarterback, I don't know if that's true or not, but you see it posted all over. But for me, I had the first 3 years with no NIL, so I kind of had that humble mindset where I was getting $1,000 a month for per diem and riding my bike to workouts at 6 a.m. in the morning. Thankful I got my grandpa's like old school car, Lincoln Navigator or whatever. Like, and then now you get, go to Tech and you get like $5,000, and you're like,
I'm rich.
where are we going? What we got? And then you get to play at Louisville that last year, and but even then, revenue sharing wasn't even around yet, so that's kind of been a whole new world this year. But
I got you.
It's such a blessing, and I think it's obviously a really cool thing for people to make money off their name. Obviously it gets kind of sticky with some different universities and stuff like that, but
you had an NIL deal with, or you have an NIL deal with a jewelry company, and you took that NIL deal and you proposed to your wife with that company from the NIL deal. How was that process? How did you make that happen?
Yeah, didn't go exactly like that. It was more they just offered a discount for it,
Okay.
and then you just tag them on social media. I think some like newspaper just kind of ran off with it. Like this guy he got a ring for free through this deal. I'm like, man, I wish. But no, I wanted to get something nice for her, and it was just kind of like, hey, we're gonna do this custom, and if you just tag them, then we'll give you a discount.
Cool.
And so it was fun being able to kind of do that. But that's kind of the stuff where you want to propose that you're at a young age, and it helps out a lot whenever you kind of have that aspect of it.
You can still use that discount if
I'm trying to get whatever you're wearing right now, dude. You let me hold some money or something. Like what?
Hey, you
on your wrist. You can see it shining in the light too. I got like a Whoop band on. You can see the rookie contract money right here.
You got NIL money. I went to Arkansas Pine Bluff. So you said you got $1,000 a month?
Well, yeah. I mean, that was when I was at Oregon. I got a little bit more at Tech and Louisville, but nothing like Kelvin Banks or anything like that, or nothing like nothing like these young guys now.
I'm sure Banks was getting broke off at Texas.
That's what I'm saying.
Broke off.
He got drafted first round. It's probably like, meh.
Right. This is a pay cut.
No, we're not pocket watch at KB. We know you have money. But
I am. Yeah. I'm pocket watching for sure. I am for sure.
So you got nothing at Arkansas Pine Bluff? They wasn't throwing you
I owe money.
They pay you in like trees or something there? They just pay you in pines?
Chicken. Fried chicken. For whatever reason, had an unlimited supply of fried chicken. So that's about.
Where was it at?
It's in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So it's about 45 minutes south of Little Rock. It's in the middle of nowhere, like literally middle of nowhere. It's a paper mill, so it stinks.
They just got the one fried chicken spot that you just like.
I got a lot of fried chicken.
Come eat here, whatever.
But no, we
talk about how I don't know what it is. I mean, I kind of know what it is, but why is Popeyes better here than Arizona?
You ever heard the term home cooking?
Yeah,
it's the home. It's the base of.
I feel like this is the first time I've seen Cane's, Popeyes, Waffle House like packed.
So you're becoming a household name. So you won't be able to like really walk into these places. But if you walk into Popeyes and you look back there and you see who's cooking, auntie, you feel me?
It's fire.
Unc them back there. Now you go to Popeyes in Oregon. That's why it's
some
different.
Seasoning on.
Please.
Chipotle is better here too. Everything is. It's fire when the lady's like, "What do you want?"
What you want?
What you want?
Yeah, now what do you?
No, like just attitude. What you want?
Shit about to be hidden.
Yeah, she's like, I already know what you want. What do you want? Double chicken.
That's the difference. The people that's Popeye. You go to Popeyes here, they hands dirty. Food about to be amazing. You go to Oregon, they weighing the seasoning. I don't want that.
For sure.
No, don't want that. All right, Tyler, I got to get you out of here, man. Again, I really, really appreciate you for joining the set. Like I say, you are helping my channel. I cannot express how excited I am as a Saint. The Who Dat Nation and all the people that exist in that world are excited about you and what you're bringing we have not just hope, but like it's real. We see what you bringing. We see the direction of the team. People are getting off Mickey's back for once, and Mickey he's a guy that can see the big picture, bro. He does not respond or react to narratives or hard times or adversity. Like Mickey is stone cold face, and he goes about the process, and he wants to bring the right guys in. Love Mickey, trust him here. Any words you will give to the Saints fans, to Who Dat Nation, to prepare them for what's coming?
I think you got to check out the podcast. I think we've covered everything at this point, as far as from the vision of Mickey and the staff, the people that we're bringing in, the explosiveness of all of our guys coming back from injury, who we're going to add in the draft and in free agency, who's already coming back that we've traded for. I think, like you said, it's exciting, and because we have that mindset that we haven't done shit, because we haven't. We're last in the division. Fuck that. Like, That's where, to me, we're all motivated that way, and we're that close from being in the playoffs, that close from ending it, the right way. So how do we kind of get over that hump and continue to move forward? And starts with me and starts with my sense of urgency and my preparation. So I'm looking forward to continue to do it. Hopefully we can hop back on the pod again, or
Please.
connect and whenever your 1,000 cribs and cars or whatever you got, and just lend me some of those shoes or $1. I'll be grateful. So thank you.
I can't wait till we revisit, bro, 4 years from now, and you just got commercials and billboards and just so much money.
I'll be wearing this Whoop band and probably this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Just trying to be like you, man.
Let's Shough and go, man. I appreciate you again, bro. It's T-stead with the set. On every Monday, we're live. Every Thursday, dropping some fire. This episode right here with Tyler Shough is going to be crazy. It's going to be amazing. Shout out to the New Orleans Saints. Shout out to you, T. Shough. And we are out.